Someone's mom has a wine bottle, and you're like, oh, oh, I can't do my job. I've been whacked with a wine bottle. All right, so season 5, Stranger Things just dropped, and we're gonna go ahead and review it. Tell you what's really going on with it. Why I look like that? Am I ugly? Anyways, play my intro. Boy jet, fat boy jet, fat boy jet, fat bad twit, jet, jet, fat boy jet. So overall, pretty good season, but there was a lot of scenes in here that, like, I just look over to my wife and I'm like, come on, really? Like, that was just dumb. And was it actually worth the wait after waiting 10 years to finally finish this out? There was a lot of stuff in here that just had me like, Derek already, I'll tell you, he is the most rage bait character there is. Because anytime he's on screen, I'm just like, shut up. Please. Sir, please shut your mouth. Can you go ahead and go subscribe to the channel? Well, overall, very good. 2 thumbs up. The big gripes I had was just there was a lot of eye roll moments of inconsistencies where, like, come on, that doesn't even make sense. Why did that happen? Like, one, the military and their whole goal and purpose, and like what do they have going on? Why are they even there? They're just bad because military bad. And then the Demogorgons being so inconsistent and being super weak and so inconsistent, because at some points they're the strongest things ever, where they just eat through bullets and keep moving and slash everybody in one slash, and then in the next you get whacked with a shovel, or someone's mom has a wine bottle and you're like, oh, oh, I can't do my job, I've been whacked with a wine bottle. And then just a couple other dumb, like, I guess, writing decisions where anytime the crew is going to ask for help from someone else or just working with others, they say all this dumb stuff first. We're like, come on, we need your help. Remember, you owe us anyways because I made you spaghetti last week. Instead of saying, hey, man, this person just got captured and is possibly going to die. Can you help us? Because once they tell the person that, the other person's like, oh, okay, yes, I will help. All right, so starting with episode 1, we get a little bit of background about where kind of the background of when Will got captured in season 1 back in the day, and how he got pumped with all the little Vecna or upside down juices. We fast forward a little bit to school where there's Dustin, and he's over there wearing his little Hellfire shirt and getting. Then the bullies show up and they're like, "Oh, wow, you can't be wearing that, boy. You can't be wearing that. You know we don't rock with that shirt." And he's like, "Shut up, man. This is my shirt. We're still thriving out here, man." Yeah, but no, the bullies come over and they're out here about to beat on old boy. And then luckily the rest of the crew, Mike, Will, wait, Lucas come over and they're like, "Hey, you better stop messing with our guy, man. That's our homie." And like I was like, "Yay, finally." It's nice to see like the little nerd group finally stick up. And then we catch up with Elle and what the military's up to. If you don't know, military's big bad here. And they're hunting Eleven. Eleven's running an obstacle course ran by Hopper. And she's like trying to get this perfect timing, and she's using her little magical stuff. Then from there, Robin, who's running like a radio station now with Steve, she gets information about when they could actually break into the base. Now she passes on the news from the radio and secret talk, which I thought was cool. She gives that information to the rest of the group, and Hopper instantly is like, "Hey, you're not going, 11." And 11's like, "No, I want to go. I want to stop Vecna. I want to, be the chosen one." And he's like, "You're not going no matter what." Then they show us a little bit more of Holly talking to her invisible friend, her little secret trench coat friend, and the teachers see her. So then later they take her to the principal office, and then Mike is with her, and she's like, "Oh yeah, Mr. What's it? He talks to me. He's real nice. He says there's monsters at Hawkins, and he wants to save me." And then Mike, for some reason's like, "No, no, Holly, there's no monsters. What are you talking about? That's all in your head, buddy. Why would you think there's monsters?" And dude, you're crazy. And this throughout the whole show has always made me so upset because that was literally one of those roll eye moments. Because I'm like, really, you're gonna sit here and tell this girl that no, there's no monsters and stuff. But Holly seeing someone who everyone else can't see. No, no, no. There's no way. There's no way. You're crazy, girl. Crazy. And then boom, episode two kicks off, and now we get some action. We get some stuff going on. So the Demogorgon is actually in Holly's room, right? Jumps in through the top. So he goes in there, and then he starts attacking, trying to get to Holly, and she's running for her life. Goes, finds her mom in the tub, and her tub's rubber dub dubbing. Her mom is rubber dub dubbing. Go hide underneath the water. His dad comes through, with a golf club, and he's like, I'm gonna beat you. And the Demogorgon goes, and this guy just gets knocked back, slashed. And then fast forward to now, Holly and mom are running away, trying to escape. And then the Demogorgon teleports, and he's right there in front of the mom. And instead of just, slashing her right there on the spot, he like does this slow Undertaker walk up to her, and she's like, "If you want my daughter, you gotta go through me." And then she grabs a wine bottle, breaks it, and is over there stabbing him, and she stabs him like 4 or 5 times, and the Demogorgon's like, ah, ah, ah. And I'm just like, what? And everything else doesn't do any damage to is getting stopped by a wine bottle because the power of love and friendship and Naruto. And eventually, Eleven and Nancy get there. Then they see the Demogorgon runs through the portal, and Nancy's like, "Go, go!" And then Eleven's like, "Okay, I'll go." And then takes the oh my goodness, this is literally the speed of 11 walking through that portal chasing after. And go 11, go. Dustin ended up going to see Eddie's grave or whatever, and then the bullies came back and they gave him the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 27-piece chicken wing combo from KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and it was beating on him, and I was like, oh man, he's not gonna make it. So that's basically where episode three starts, where she's just having breakfast and she's like, oh, blueberry pancakes. This is my favorite. How did you know? And again, I'm looking over at the wife and I'm like, wow, you're very chill for someone who just watched your mom and pops get slashed up like like Fruit Ninja. Go back into seeing 11 and Hopper back in the Upside Down world. The army comes, the military, whatever, and this big billboard. And so then they start, charging the billboard in order to get to Hopper and 11. This is another part that just got me like, there's this big billboard right here, right? And instead of, they have like 6 guys. So instead of like, hey, let's all fan out, and go around the billboard, maybe with one of the vehicles we have, all 6 of them are like, well, let's light up that billboard. And they shoot at the billboard and they just keep walking straight to right in front of the billboard where they're getting shot from. Now, I'm no military expert, but that's dumb. And then that concludes with Hopper wasting 2 grenades and throwing them. And it's like, and didn't even kill everybody. And it's like, come on, dude. Dumb. Dumb. We meet Derek, who he's one of the kids that's supposedly going to be next on the hit list that Will finds out earlier. And I don't know if this is done on purpose, but he's rage bait. Every time he's on there, I'm just like, please shut up, because he just has the worst mouth in the world. And it's like, shut up, eat my shorts, kind of like comedy and humor, and he's just so annoying. And which I guess might be the point, but it's too much. Finding Derek, the team comes up with a plan to trap the Demogorgon that's going to be coming for him. And a Demogorgon, who could teleport everywhere, knows what's going on. He goes, sneaks into Derek's room, and then, there's like a blanket over, and the Demogorgon's like, oh, let me see who's under this sheet. Oh, that's not the guy I was looking for. And then he goes and like chases one of the kids down the hall. Again, just walking and like, hey, where you going? I'm looking for Derek, basically. And he falls into this elaborate trap that the kids set up where he gets hit with some nails, which, ooh, ouch. Falls into some barbed wire and they light him on fire. which, okay, good, fire. Finally something that we know that they're weak to. But again, instead of teleporting and then just deleting all of these kids, he's all like, "Oh, I don't know what to do," and then they shoot him with a little tracker thing, and that creature ends up, teleporting away, and I guess mission failed. In order to like fully get that Demogorgon into the trap, Mike or somebody had to beat him with a shovel, and every time he gets hit with the shovel, the Demogorgon's like, "Ah, ah, ooh," and it's like this thing doesn't even feel bullets. But you whack it with a shovel and you're like, ooh, ah, sorry. We jump into episode 4. So they get Derek, they like, had him sleep in a barn or whatever. And then he like breaks free. And I guess Derek is Marshawn Lynch beast mode in the prime against the Saints. Get off of me! Because nobody can stop him. He just straight, and he's a big boy. But like, come on now. This boy is what, 12, 13 years old? And like, we don't know what the military's true goal is besides finding 11. We get to see Holly in the Upside Down world again, which at this point she got recruited by Max. She goes and shows her like a little bit of backstory and tells her what she's been doing in the Upside Down world, which is like going through Vecna's memories. Pretty cool, actually. That stuff's actually always interesting. To Derek, they're actually, successful with kind of sneaking into the base to get the kids out. Go back into 11 and Hopper in the Upside Down world where they actually is snuck into the big base that's in the Upside Down. Instantly, Hopper, I guess he went to John Wick University because he is the guy. He's out here slashing and slaying and just taking out everybody. It's like 1v20 at this point, and he cannot be stopped. And they have like El Suppress and our big main villain besides Vecna shows up, Dr. K, and she gets Hopper trapped up in some little octopus, like Sword Art Online kind of thing. Eleven is actually like knocked down on the ground because and now that she's got her in her grasp, she's like, I'm gonna come back. Let me go bully this guy over here. And they get a hold of her. Hopper is a nice guy, and he just knocks her out with a little pistol whip. Which, oh, that's crazy. Because what about these 20 dudes you just finished over here that you just deleted? The main evil doctor girl? We'll just knock her out. And then we get the big old final finishing sequence. The Demogorgons come out, Vecna comes out, and they're like, wow, wow, we're killing everybody. And then here goes the military shooting at the Demogorgons who. Whoa, whoa. The Demogorgons aren't weak to bullets? Correct. So they're just getting shot, and they're like, okay, and they just go through and just slash and delete everybody, but like with one little, and then they have one flamethrower guy out there. They did all this research and found out that the Demogorgons and everything in the Upside Down world is weak to fire as a whole, and they had one flamethrower. That's it. One flamethrower for everything going on. And everyone else just gets demolished, except for Will. Will is there, and Vecna goes and grabs him, and he's like, hey, boy, I took you because you were weak. And then, also main character energy, he doesn't take care of Will's mom, just lets her be and kind of just pushes her away nice and gently, go land on the dirt over there. After, again, killing all these other people. And then after he leaves, because I guess mission accomplished, we came over here and killed a whole bunch of people. Then Will has a little moment where he's like, no. And he just like fully awakens and where the Demogorgons are that are attacking his friends, and he stops them all. So, hey, that's good, Power. Final grading on a scale of 1 to 10, let's just say 5 is average. I give this a 7. out of
Wow.
10. And it should be a 6 out of 10 once I got to the end. And then it was like, hey, the next part is coming out December 25th. Are you trying to Attack on Titan us right now? Are they going to do part one, part two of the final episode and just stretch this? I bet you they are. And we're going to eat it up.